Wild Mountain is a folk band based here in Denver. Their music is a combination of Irish, Americana, and bluegrass. Hi guys, how are you?
Avery,
Good. So why don't we just start in going around, tell me who you are and what you do in the band. So why don't we start on the end and work our way back this way.
Well, I'm Andy Maroney. I play drums and cymbals.
Cool.
I'm Renee Fine, and I play the fiddle.
Mike Nile, guitar and mandolin and vocal.
Sarah Jones, I'm the lead vocalist.
My name's David Potter. I play the banjo, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and stomp my feet a lot.
I'm Joe, and I play the bass.
So why don't we just start, tell me a little bit, what is Wild Mountain? What is your guys' music in your words? What are you guys going to play?
Well, Wild Mountain originally started, Renee and I had been in an Irish Celtic band for several years, and that was coming to an end. We were at a friend's pub jamming, and David Potter walked in and started playing banjo to some of our Irish songs. And we kind of went, oh, that's a nice sound, it's a nice combination. Yeah. Decided to kind of see what we could do with mixing a little bluegrass. It's not bluegrass because we have a drummer. Mm-hmm. So taking the Irish music, mixing it with the bluegrass, the folk, we call it Greengrass because of the Irish influence. Sarah was a vocalist. We were working on a project together. It was a 23-piece Celtic orchestra, and Sarah was the lead vocalist for the Celtic orchestra. So we brought her in to do the singing, and after David put his banjo on things, and Sarah went ahead and came in and did the vocals, seemed like it was going to work. We talked about it and decided, well, how about Wild Mountain? And we put it together. Fortunately, we met, Andy moved in right next door to me, so you can't beat that. I mean, literally right next door to the drummer, and heard what was going on, came over, and so we got that. And Joe, I've known Joe for years and years. He played in my son's bands as well, and so I was familiar with Joe. So the melding took place, and hence Greengrass music was born.
Very cool, I like it. I love just all the perfect timing and coincidences that came together to make this happen.
That's what life is sometimes about, isn't it?
And seeing those signs and letting them happen. So for you guys, what's it like to kind of get to do this music that most other people don't get to do? It's kind of unique and original for you. So what's that like?
Well, it's definitely been an interesting trip for us so far. We are welcomed in all the Irish pubs, very much so, which is a good thing. That's kind of where our staple came from. But what's really cool is the fact that it's opened up the bluegrass and the folk music, and even country music has opened up to us as well. That surprises us probably more than anything, that suddenly country people were gravitating to listening to the videos and watching things and, on Facebook, and wildmountaingreengrass.com being our website. A lot of them started tuning in, and it's been really fun watching the audience expand.
Yeah, for sure. Anyone else want to add anything to that? Summed it up perfectly. No worries. So just talk about kind of, I think a lot of people don't know Denver has a pretty good kind of Celtic Irish music scene. I think especially a lot of college students don't even know that music exists sometimes, and it's, well, we have several bands. So talk about getting to play in Denver and in this community, and maybe some of the places you play and that sort of thing.
Anybody else? You want me to step in?
Well, as Mike was saying, we do hit a lot of the Irish pubs. We play in Aurora, we play in Denver and Wheat Ridge. We've also been branching out to a couple of different rooms, such as the Walnut Room. We played Lerma Lounge, Your Mom's House. But we're really angling towards some of the bigger festivals this summer, too. Last year, we went out to Evanston, Wyoming, and did the Evanston Bluegrass Fest, which is a big deal out there. And we're returning for a second year in a row this year, so that'll be in June. Okay, cool. Then usually the night before we'll hit Salt Lake City, Piper Down Pub there, and they're welcoming us back again for a second time. So they don't hate us. Yep. They're letting us come back. That's a good thing.
If people are looking for, if there's young folks that want to really tune in, and it's not too far away, Clancy's Irish Pub. It's on West 38th Avenue in Wheat Ridge, so it's not very far. You just take Spear up to 38th, and you can just whip it over. Not only great food, but we play. That's our home pub. We're there at least once a month. It's just a great environment. Yeah. I mean, Jeff, the owner there, he's very savvy. He brings in all of the various Irish and Celtic acts, as well as some great blues bands and things like that. So that's, there are some places here in town. There's a few of the older pubs that kind of closed up over the last couple of years. One not too far from here, Fido Irish Pub. We used to play there quite a bit in the old days, but that's gone. So yeah, if they're looking for someplace close by, I recommend Clancy's Irish Pub. It's a grand place to just get a good meal, sit back and watch some great music.
Awesome, very cool.
And they have waffle fries. Don't
And they
forget the
have
waffle
waffle
fries.
And did I see you guys are performing at Food Truck Carnival in a
Yes.
couple months?
Yes.
Coming up.
Yeah, up in Northglenn. That's where I'm from, is Northglenn. And have you guys been to the Food Truck Carnival before?
We have not. This will be our first time.
It's crazy. I was there the first year, and like you could see cars backed up on the highway trying to get off the exit.
Oh, nice.
So it's a very cool. I just was wondering if you guys have been there before.
No.
So you go to Food Truck Carnival. Check that out as well for viewers. Why don't we go around and just talk about your favorite part of playing in the band? Why don't we start this way and go around?
My favorite part is probably just playing big festivals.
Yeah.
Getting to play in front of a lot of people.
Very cool.
You know, it's actually a really good question. As a banjo player in the bluegrass field, a lot of things tend to be kind of typical and similar. So being a part of this band is wonderful because I get to challenge my thought on the banjo and do some different things, and do some different things that I would not normally do in a bluegrass band. So, you know, Andy and I play off of each other a little bit different since we have a drummer. And in a lot of bluegrass bands, the banjo is actually the rhythm person as well as the banjo player. So since we have the rhythm taken care of, it allows me to do a few fun things on the banjo, which is great. And it also challenges me a lot too. I joke around a lot that I have neurons on the right side of my brain reaching to the neurons on the left side of my brain trying to connect, because I'm also singing lead and singing harmony while trying to play the banjo at the same time. So if there's anybody who thinks the banjo is hard, try singing harmony and playing it at the same time. So it definitely challenges me quite a bit.
Well, I never really had a focus for singing. I've sang all my life, and I never was like, I want to be this kind of singer or part of this kind of music, and so I just kind of tumbled with the wind, if you so. And my first band I was in was actually a really hard rock band, and we did that for about 6 years. And when that band ended, I ended up meeting some people who sang in a Celtic group, and I thought, why not? I've got nothing else going on. And so I did that for a few years, and then that's how I met Mike, which he said earlier. And when I joined this group, it's been actually really good for me vocally because Mike is really good at pushing me where I won't normally go. I've also written electronic music. My brother and I, we produce, and I'm a little timid to push myself into like higher ranges and stuff. And so it's been nice with Mike. I've actually really been able to kind of hone in, or whatever, I don't know if that's the right word, fine tune my voice and just expand my range, like up way higher, going really low, and it allows me to try different things. I used to be real scared to record and mess around, as we usually do the last couple takes that when we're recording. And I used to be just really scared and giggle a lot if I like hit a wrong note, and so I've gotten a lot more confident as well.
Very cool. I love it.
But definitely my favorite is, as a songwriter, it's lovely to come up with an angle on music that's a little bit different. We're not repeating or going down the same path someone else has been down before. So that's very fascinating for me as a songwriter, and I think I like that. And along with the fact that I just play with some fantastic musicians, so it's great when you have a song and you can literally take it to people and suddenly there it is, and it
Comes to life.
And it comes to life.
Yeah. Perfect.
I like playing new music all the time. He's constantly writing music, and so we've always got a great challenge on new music at all the rehearsals, and I love playing the festivals. I love the live performance. Probably the best, of course. Recording is scary for me, but I like the live performance the best.
Well, I've been playing drums since probably before most people watching this have been alive. And I had played the whole cover band circuit and the rock and roll thing and some jazz stuff. But I had gotten tired of just playing for playing's sake. And I was kind of waiting to find the right project. I moved in next to these guys, and I heard them rehearsing a couple times a week, and heard them through the walls, and I was like, oh, they sound pretty good. So went to go see them at Clancy's a couple times, and I heard Sarah's voice, and like this like click happened in my brain. I was like, wow, amazing. The whole combination of the different sounds. I was like, I wouldn't mind being a part of this. So sure enough, a few months went by, and it turned out their first drummer was retiring. John Ware, studio legend. He's played with all the greats. And there's some, honestly, big shoes to fill. Not necessarily my wheelhouse of style of music either. I never dreamed I was going to be growing up playing Celtic, Irish, bluegrass, folk, Americana, whatever you want to call it. But I was up for the challenge because it was different, it was original, and these guys had just such a great sound and a good following. So I felt it was something I could easily jump on board with. Plus the fact that I need to walk next door to rehearsals makes it a little bit easier.
Very easy.
So yeah, definitely one of the best, if not the best musical experience I've had in my life.
Well, very cool. Well, guys, we're out of time, so thank you so much for